lady ambaye hatake side yake, amua leo ni hii, kesho ni hii. And I love her for her stance, by the way. Ladies and gentlemen, whom are we talking about? We are talking about the legend, the radio girl herself, Annitah Raey.
No, if you introduce me like that, mkiniita legend na wale ni ma legend utasema aje.
But you're a legend.
We are giving you flowers while
Thank
you're
you.
there.
Your flowers.
Thank you so much. Asante. Mimi mtanisamehea, my Kiswahili Kizungu is the same.
Amna tatizo.
Nimesikia Kikuyu, you just allow it. It comes in everywhere.
Komera.
I mean, representing.
Amen.
Na hii wiki unashine.
Ameshine sana. An overdo.
What wanna they're just coming in. I'm like,
Hakuna shida.
Sisi ni watu wa kujituma. Tuko kila mahali.
Mshahara tutapata tu mwisho wa mwezi. Karibu sana.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate.
Mombasa inakupeleka vipi?
Well, let me tell you funny enough. Nilikuja Mombasa on May 3rd or 4th. And my birthday was on 8th.
Oh, wow.
And on my birthday in the morning I got sick mpaka nikaenda hospitali.
Oh, pole.
So since I came to Mombasa yani kifua yangu haijasikizana na weather. I have a bronchitis kama asthma. So nilienda kwa nature walk mali. Nikanusa siju pollen. Mara fan, mara AC, mara siju change of weather. Mimi I've had a roller coaster. I always visit Mombasa every 2 months but kutembea tu siku mbili tatu. So I've been here for 2 weeks
Pole.
But jana my voice came back.
Okay.
I feel better.
Wow.
I feel sasa nimerudi, yani niko sasa.
Yeah.
Mombasa imeanza kuniambia karibu.
Karibu nyumbani.
We might just accept you.
Karibu sana.
Thank you so much.
We want to talk to you. Siete tunakuinterview.
Tunataka
tupiga story. Today is Thursday.
Yes, it is.
And hapa Thursday watu kona theme ya inspiration. Inspiration, why we want you to talk to us, talk to the listeners, is that you have a story.
Yes, I do.
And katika zile show umefanya, mara nyingi kuna stories huwa zina come in, and you know radio is about being real.
Yes, it is.
Radio is about being real. There's no faking, there's no sugarcoating, being real. And we want to know who is Annitah Raey.
Annitah Raey is someone I created so that I cannot be myself. Mwambie watu hivyo a lot. Because Annitah Raey is not my name.
Okay.
Ukinitumia M-Pesa utazirai. Ile jina Kikuyu na kupata you be like, mada. People say me money they cancel. Nimetuma naambia niyo. Annitah, no. I'm like, believe you me niyo. But my real name, my first name, the ile kwa ID ni Hannah. So I'm Hannah, yes.
Nitazirai. Clearly utazirai.
Mimi ni mama ya Samuel kwa Bible. I am in the Bible. I keep telling people I might not go to heaven for a lot of this, but that part ya Hannah, heaven.
Hallelujah.
Mimi nimezaliwa Limuru. I'm a firstborn.
Wow.
Most people think I'm spoiled. I'm a lastborn. Mimi ndiye firstborn kwetu. I'm a firstborn of 4 girls. I am a daddy's girl. Mimi ni mtoto wa baba yangu. Yani ile mimi najitaga Hannah wa Soja. My dad is called Soja. Okay. I'm a daddy's girl. Born and raised in Limuru. Maybe I think I keep telling people every time nikiangalia venye nimegrow, I was one of the most rebellious kids. Kutoka nikiwa mdogo. I think I picked it either from both my parents or one of I'm a very like nikisema stakagi mtu aniambie siwezi sema. That has been my biggest problem even in school. Mbona nataka kunibuli? Mbona niambia nisisema it's something I not struggled with, nilikuwa nayo nikigrow sana. Mischievous as it comes, nimesumbua mama yangu proper. Finished high school, went to a good school, nikaenda Loreto Kiambu. Sasa hapo nipo shida ilingia. I think after primary school hapo nipo sasa I think life, si tukigrow up we are the generation yenye ilitoka kwa watu wenye wako backward. After tukaingia generation ya technology. Yenye ilikuwa Gen Z generation. I don't know which generation we were, but we were the millennials.
Millennials, yeah.
You know. So nikaenda high school. In high school I joined the wrong company because one, I think kila mtu mahali na hii ina happen at primary school. Unataka kutoshea mahali. You want to fit in. You want to belong. Actually the world is you want to belong. Wanataka watu waseme siku unatembea na jembe, you know, siku unatembea na Annitah. You want to belong. And hiyo ni human nature, wanataka kubalika. And I went into the wrong group because I had a cousin alikuwa form 3 ni wale yani watu. I think sitaki kusema kwetu sini watu kutu tuko tu. So we joined the wrong company. But then me, I was very smart. Me Loreto Kiambu was number 3 ya wale watu wameitwa shule. And my dad used to tell me, if not anything else, soma. Kasta kupea anything else, soma. Hata wale people ask me, ulisoma hii Kizungu yote ilitoka like my dad refused niongee lugha nyingine. I taught myself Kikuyu after class 8. Ile mzuri. My dad used to speak to me in English. Silipi pesa yote kwa shule uniongeleshe Kikuyu. Silipi. Alikuwa anakuja na gazeti every day.
Wow.
Religiously. Jaza sudoku, So like my dad made sure nasoma. He really wanted me to learn. So I always say if it's not my dad, I don't think ningekuwa na kizungu honestly. Ama ningesoma, ama ningekuwa that smart, ama that chap. High school nika decide, you know what? You live once or you die once.
Yeah.
Annitah, start smoking weed. Annitah, start selling weed. High school.
Taliban.
Annitah. Pedi. Annitah, uzeni hata pombe. Ibeni hata kantini ya shule. Guy.
Loreto.
Me, everybody who knows me from Loreto, ulibadilika. You know, people keep giving me side eyes. I'm like, people grow up. Loreto shaped me so much because I took a wrong turn. And you see, wazazi wetu walikuwa anaamini akikupeleka shule you're safe.
Yeah.
So I can imagine you can be doing all these things in school. Usini generation ya kulipa wazazi kwa barabara wakuja wasema ni mama yako.
Kabisa.
Sisi ni your generation.
Kabisa.
So you can imagine I got suspended more than 7 times and my mom never knew.
Wow.
Naenda nyumbani tumbo nini nauma nikirudi nalipa mtu. So until ile tulikuwa tumefanya 2004 TOK the dancehall group ikakuja Kenya. Tukapangana, we had a clique tupoteni shule. It was November 19th and we were starting our end of the exam. Tukaambiana TOK wanaweza kosa kurudi Kenya. Exam tunaweza rudia. Ruka fence. So we went. The skiving was successful. The coming back failed. So we were all caught. I think mwalimu alikuwa amefika mwisho wa sisi kumsumbua. You've become too much. Every day you have something. Nyinyi watoto wa mchoki. And then wazazi. No, principal I think alikuwa notice watu walitagi wazazi wote akasema bring both parents.
Dad and mom.
Nikaenda kwanza kwa anko yangu nikamwambia anko G akaanza umefanya nini this time. Nikamwambia lazima tuambie mom hii nayo tutafanya aje.
Hatuwezi toroka.
I remember my uncle drove me home akamwambia you know she's gonna kill you, my mom is at night. My mom yani her looks kill yani mama hadi wa leo my mom can beat me I'm sure. I was like hey this woman is definitely killing me today Aki. So I went, I was like kamba mbaya kaambia unaitwa shule ulifanya nini mimi sijui naekelewa. And my dad of course defending me like mtoto wangu hawezi kosea. I'm like God if you knew your child ungejua mtoto wako. So when we went we were given a punishment that I refused. And I told my mom sichimbi mashimo tano. That's too much, that's extreme. Kama wanatufukuza atufukuze. My mom said ukifukuza usikuje home. Imagine I didn't go home.
Oh, so you didn't do the punishment?
I didn't go home. I ran away from home and school.
What?
Wow.
I'm very hard-headed. Up to date, my friend keeps telling me, "Nini mbaya, Annitah, you just don't be stubborn." But I think that's what makes me.
Yeah.
Like I want to question everything. I want to know why can't I do this? Why can't I do things my way? Yeah. Why does anyone have to? I always have a problem with being told what to do. Ran away from school. It's 2014. I'm 14 years old. I ran away from home. I ran away from school, and I went to the streets. I went to Juja Road, Konarobi, Pangani, those sides. I decided ndakuwa chokora. Actually decided ndakuwa chokora. So I stayed in the streets for like a month.
Hapo hujamaliza high school?
Sijamaliza, niko form 2, ni form 2 namaliza ningie form 3. And kaka kwa streets kama mwezi hivi. Ikiwa holiday unajua December kuna holiday. Niko na watoto wanabaiwa manguo. Lazima niende home nikabaiwe nguo.
Formal.
I went nikarudi home. When I went home my dad alikuwa meant after he was losing his head. So remember the day I went home my dad was like asiulizwe.
Mwacheni.
My mom is like how don't we ask her? That's going to ruin everything. My dad was like please msiniulizie mtoto wangu alikuwa wapi. Amerudi home mwacheni. Mama akadecide unijui wewe. Si utaenda kazi I will show you your child.
But when you were in the streets ulikuwa unaishi wapi?
I have slept on cartons on the streets. Unazunguka there used to be a hotel tulikuwa tunagoja wanafunga wanakubali tulale kwa tutawashia asubuhi.
Oh no, you wash?
Yeah, you're doing these shoddy jobs, you wash. So watu wakimaliza kula nyinyi ndio mnakaa kitchen na mtokagi kuzwe ni mtoto. So unaosha, unalala tu kwa hiyo kitchen bado wakifunga. So for me it was convenient, why not? So yani
mzaya kaenda job.
So my dad went to work and my mom started now beating me up. Nikamwambia acha kunipiga tutakosana like we will fight in this house. I'm not a child. And I never forget on Christmas after tumebaiwa nguo, me and my mom had a big fight. Akaniambia utakaa kwa hii nyumba, you're acting up or you will not stay in this house. So I left again.
Oh wow.
That's in December 2004. I left. I decided, you know what, I'm done. So already nimeonja street, unajua. So for me it's not a big deal. So this time I went to a bureau Ngara nikamwambia nataka kazi ya nyumba. I mean I've raised my sisters literally nataka kazi ya nyumba.
Yeah, you can do everything.
I can cook, I can wash, I can actually take care of kids. So nikapata kazi ya nyumba. Did the first job ilikuwa kwa Muhindi. Nikasahau mattress nje kanyeshewa. Nilivutwa kazi siku. That was funny. So nikapeleka kwa mtu mwingine alikuwa anafanya lala chini. I was like, "Ara nimekosea home stay mbona lala chini? Mimi think chini ya maji mimi ni baby girl. Sitaki kulala chini, you know." I went to the third home. It was better because it was an African home. It was convenient. But then the problem is, I still have a problem with being told what to do. That's my biggest problem. So mzee wa hiyo boma akaanza kunisumbua na kuja mapema. I was like, mimi, one thing my mother taught me, and I'm grateful. He taught me to fear men. Ati kuwa na mahusiano na mwanaume, I could have done anything else. But utainisikia kwa any situationship or relationship or my mom, you alikuwa make it clear kwetu, I will kill you. Nilikuzaa, nitakuwa, nikuzike na hakuna mahali watanipeleka. Those are our parents.
That threat has gone over and over.
It's an African parent. Anakukumbusha mimi nilikuzaa.
I can kill you.
They will do nothing beyond your tagline.
It's like they're above the law. They don't care about the law.
They are the law. They are the law, you know. So sadly, that year is when I think everything changed for me, because in March 2005, I got raped. When I was in the streets, that's when I was trying, I think, to make a transition from not being a house help. I met a group of prostitutes. Do I talk about prostitutes or sex workers? Which is which?
Sex workers.
Sex workers. I keep saying, and up to date, I'll defend those people and work with them for as long as I'm breathing, because they didn't know me. And one of them looked at me to me, when I'm toto. You're a child and you're lying. Because I listen to a story, you're lying. I can be, I'll give you a deal, because I don't know what I'm
Which story were you giving?
Oh, I don't have parents. I'll give you a deal. Sisi tunaishi plot, it had like 8 or 10 houses. Iyo 10 year sex workers. This is where we work. You stay with me. She was called Fiona. You stay with me. Ukwewe ndio unatufulia, unatucleania. You never have to go to the streets again. That was the best deal nishaipewa maisha yangu yote. So the days they're not busy, they used to take me out. I watched them do and speak about things, but hey, I'm not there to judge. These are people who are taking care of me. But what I love the most, wali make sure sikuwa iguswa, sikuwa isumbuliwa, they protected me kama mtoto wao. And it became a thing everybody thought me, wow.
But you know, you say at this time you were trying to transition.
Yeah, staki kwa house help.
Umekuwa botch, but at the same time you have the option of going back home.
Staki kurudi.
Because of the mom.
I felt like my mom didn't want me. She didn't love me. She always had a reason to pick a fight with me.
Okay.
And
so
I was getting
because
tired.
Of your mom.
Yeah, it was my mom.
To go back home.
I didn't want to go back home.
Did you consider, okay, my dad loves me. He really wants me to be there. So maybe I can go home because of dad and talk to him and tell him, maybe let's have a family discussion and talk about this.
I need you to meet my mother. What discussion? Is my father not gonna go to work? Kwani anaenda kazini? My mother used to sit for those discussions like Ismail. Baba kwa kienda anafanyia hivi. Unajua,
that woman must be fire.
She's fire, I'm telling you. Okay. She's fire. And I keep telling you, that's why me and my sisters are strong. My mother is fire. So your time, when those girls left me, one time, someone came in and he knew nitakuwa nimeachwa. So after the rape incident, they took care of me, took me to hospital. But the problem was when we went to report, these are sex workers reporting a rape incident to the police. Then the police is not what it was. There was no gender. There was no all this. It's 2005. And it really took a toll on me. Because that's the one thing I had never wanted to do. It's the one thing I've never even been interested in. And when it happened to me, it changed a lot. So I wanted to go back home. Like me, I really wanted to go back home. So I went back home and I went a totally different person. I went back home quiet. I don't want to talk to anybody. And I was extremely suicidal. Because I felt like someone has taken the one thing I've kept. This is the one thing. Indio kitu ya moja tu nilikatalia. Like staki kulala na mtu. Staki kuwa na mahusiano ya kimapenzi na mtu. So many violative take. I was really, really hurt. So when nilirudi nyumbani, nikakuwa mtu different. I told my dad nataka kurudi shule. Akaambia find a school. So nikatafuta shule. Mimi mwenyewe nikajitafutia. I told my mom napata hii shule. My mom asked me to asoma. Nikamwambia I'll finish Form 4. But that's what my dad wants me to maliza Form 4. But then I was really different. More quiet, staki kuongea, staki anything yani. So, nikarudi shule, but then I attempted suicide 5 times. Between nikiwa 15 and 17, 5 times. Ala nakumbuka manawaja mamangu akisema, ni mimba anatoa, hii kutapika, na ni dawa nilikuwa nimemeza, hii kutapika anatapika ni mimba. And it went south. My sister used to ask me, mbona unaliaga kila siku? I used to cry every day. I used to imagine nikimwambia mamangu ataniambia ulijitafutia.
Yeah.
And that would have killed me 100% because that's not something unaweza jitafutia ama unaweza taka ikufanyikie, you know. And me and my mom relationship, it was just getting worse because I don't want to talk to her. I feel like a whole space anielewi, anisikizi. Yeah, she's in a bad marriage na bwanake wanakosana kila siku. My dad doesn't really care, you know. It's wale wazee wa kitambo like, we si mko na nyumba, mko sawa watoto wanasoma, unataka nini?
Mmeenda shule.
You know, so anatutolea hiyo frustration, you know, and hiyo ndio kitu wazazi wengi hawaelewi. Your marriage issues should not be issues with the children. Unajua, mkikosana kwenye ndoa usilete watoto. Watoto hawajui, actually children atujui. And you see, this is my father and you're my mother, nafaa kuwapenda sawa. Mimi sitaki kujua shida zenu. And it really affected me. So nika expeliwa the second school.
What did you do that time?
So ara nikigora mashida bado ni mimi because the deputy alikuwa shinanga akinivuruga. And then she asked mbona nilitoka Lorotoke. Mbona was a big thing for other, of course the stories, unajua ni shule ya nyumbani, it's a day school. Of course kijiji umefanya. Annitah alikuwa sex worker Nairobi. Amerudi siku zini anauza madawa. My mama shadishikisha kwa polisi ati anauza madawa. My mother. You know those rumors. And then unajua mimi I have a problem up to date. I really don't care. People think it's a joke. Mimi kabla uniambie kitu inanishtua. Mimi ukiniambia kitu, one, I'll never answer sikujibu. Kama si feel na kujibu sikujibu. I don't owe you an explanation. So ukiniambia nauza madawa, sawa? Ain't ulifanya sawa. Yani that's just who I am. So ikafika point when I got expelled in the second school, my mom was like, that's it, hama. Wewe ni mwanamke mzima toka. Hiyo time nikamwambia babangu, dadi nataka kumaliza shule. Babangu akaniambia, so he had to take me to a private school. I was like, shule gani utaenda wewe? So I went. Nikifanya exam bado sikuwa home. Nilikuwa nimekosana na mamangu, was staying with my cousin. Mpaka my mom was like, aki nini? Yani hatuwezi patana na mamangu. I remember when I finished form 4, I went home, waited for my dad jioni, nikamwambia nimemaliza shule. Okay. Akaniuliza unataka aje? Nikamwambia I want to do media. I want to do graphic design. There was a school called Pioneer College, Hazina Towers. After there was Pioneer ni kwenye nilitwa, there was Hazina Towers. Shangtao or something. I mean, nataka hiyo shule. It was the biggest thing then. I told him, Daddy, I have the papers. Akamwambia uliendea papers going. I know what I want. Mamangu akaona pesa. Amekusumbua kisomea hapa day school na kumlipia aende Nairobi. Akasome. Baba hana wewe na kutupa pesa. Mnapendana.
So ungefungua biashara.
My mom's exact words aliwaambia nikakuchukua pesa utupe kwa chota. Mimi being the arrogant person nikamwambia babangu basi somesha mama juu nikataki nisome. Babangu alishtuka nikamwambia unajua nini hatutabishana. Utaki nisome sawa. I left home and got married.
Okay.
I was like, I'm taking nisome. Acha basi nenda nikaolewe. There are options. I mean, I'm 17. I know everything. Unajua unaniambia nini?
Niko 17 bana.
Husband one time. Kwa ni mtu wa nyumbani one time get married Annitah toka mtaa enda ukae kabete na bwana. This guy was 27. He was 10 years older than me and he didn't know I'm 17. Until like 5 years into the marriage, we tried to stay marriage. He asks me, nataka kufungulia bank account. I'm like, sina ID. I was like, Annitah, how old are you? He's like, it's quite a discussion, but I'm turning 18 in a month. Is that okay? What? So I go into marriage. I'm naive. I'm young. I think I know it. Leo ndio shida yetu sisi by the time kwa kitu moja. And muambie wasichana wote, wachana na ndoa. Yani wanaume wana mwanzo wana mwisho. A woman at 40 anatafuta bwana. A woman at 15 ati unafikiri bwana anakuambia anakupenda. The sons of Judas are just the sons of Judas. So chaneni na.
And he has a lot of options but he chooses you.
Akuna believe me. It's not an honor to be chosen, believe me. Because at 17, imagine at 17 nikijiambia najua ndoa. Ati najua kuishi na mwanaume. I know what you know, as we think marriage ni kupendana afu tuingie kwa nyumba tukaishi.
Exactly.
Unasaondoa ni kujua mwenzako, kuvumiliana, kupitia shida, kukosana, kukosa chakula, yani it's a lot of things. Commitment, hata ukikatiwa aje na mtu anakaa vizuri aje na wewe ndiye type yako, uwezi ingia box. Type yako iko nyumbani, iliacha nyumbani, you know. So hiyo ndio watu waelewi ndoa ni ngumu. So I went in there, I'm still a child. Nimekuja na trauma, nimekuja na stress zangu, nimeingia kwenye ndoa. I went and married my father. Yani mpaka naitwa kama babangu.
Wow.
Hey, story.
You're hanging out with Annitah Raey na tumefika mahali amesema ameenda kuolewa.
Why?
Aya kaitishwa ID kidogo.
Account inafunguliwa.
Kizungumkuti.
But in a month's time I'm having the idea. Just hold on.
But you know, funniest thing, I had a 5-year marriage.
Okay.
I had a 5-year marriage. I got my ex-husband is interesting. Nilipita, I used to know him, but he's a bully, we can say. So people used to know him for I'll go to a brigadier as a nickname. You can imagine how strict and how harsh he was, yeah. And one of my friends toka naye Mombasa anaitwa Flo. And Flo, akitaka kuniudhi uniambia, Annitah tuambie venye ulikatiwa. I get so angry because I was passing. Ilikuwa tulikuwa mahali kwa starehe.
I'm already laughing.
Utacheka, it's stupid. It's extremely. Every time I think I was in a 5-year marriage for that, I'm like, Annitah. But anyway, I'm like, at 17 I would, right? So nikipita kaniuliza kusa umeumia. I was like, wewe achana mimi. I was like, I'm serious, umeumia. I was like, hapana, kwa nini? Umeanguka kutoka heaven. I've never had such nonsense in my life. And I laughed. When you umecheka nilicheka. So 7 days after that I was in a marriage.
Your time you ndalikuwa bena wa malines.
Akia Mungu neno. Bena wa malines. Yani it was funny. I'm those people who make decisions now. Like if I decide I want to do this, I'm gonna work because tukona shida sisi unataka get to know people. You'll never know someone fully.
Absolutely.
I always believe in that. Mimi nikikuona nikupenda and I think this can work. Let's date. Let's get to know each other. Mimi sina yote ya kuwaste ya interview na kulanga nini sina my whole that has been my thing literally. Can we date? Yes. Let's know each other kwa hiyo kudate. Mimi sina unless nikuandikie questionnaire unijazie nitasoma baadaye, but I don't have the energy to do that. Sinaga your time. Got married. Good and bad marriage. What who don't get why I say my marriage was good because I think it should all be bad, right? You left. I had a good marriage. I learned about loyalty. I learned what marriage is, as hard as it was, because learning from experience ni ngumu. Mimi mtoto, I turned 18 there. I had my first child at 19. The complications that come with marriage, it was complicated, but it was a good marriage because this man put me first. Kwanza na familia, he's the one who taught me you should never let your family aguse spouse wako. You protect them with your life because that's your spouse. Ukuwa umpelekea familia, alikuwa anani defend ukweli. Like ona bibi ya nani yangu basi. Annitah simama nyuma yangu nivo. Don't do anything. I said don't do anything. Don't tell her anything. I am mimi ndiye bwanake. And he taught me loyalty. Like mimi my ex-husband, I left him in 2011. You can imagine how many years those are. And if he calls me right now in emergency, take it to the bank. I'll fix it.
Wow.
And we don't talk normally. We actually don't. And we are not friends. No, we are not. But I can begin. That's loyalty. That's loyalty. Even in bad times, you have someone's back. And he knows I have his back, by the way. Same thing if I'm in a fix, kabisa yani mwisho ile mwisho. I nambigia. Mwambia bro, it's not well. And I'm sure imagine he'll pick up. So that's the kind of loyalty he taught me. He taught me what to expect from a man and what to never allow from a man.
Wow.
Yani me ilifika mwisho. Me, I don't like talking about my marriage because I woke up and left.
Okay.
I was like, you know what? This is it. It's abusive. Yani, by the time I left my marriage, I'm sure tungewana. Because alinipiga miaka ya kwanza. Then one morning I woke up, I was like, I am Annitah. Why are you beating me though? Wacha tupigane. Tukapigana. And you see, that's a problem. When a woman starts fighting back, it's very bad. Because unapigana.
Yeah.
And you see, hapo nipo mnaanza unasikia visu, sijui alimgongana nini. I'm young. I was 21. I remember one of my friends asking me, Annitah, you're 21. You're creative, you're smart. Unafanya nini kwa indoa? Why are you waking up in a dent? Why are you waking up with a black eye? Why? You're a young girl. And I was like, you know what? That's it. Paul. So I left. Now the problem is, you're living marriage. How do you where to start? Me still college. Sina kazi. I don't have papers. So I'm thinking, naanza wapi? Many hustle, I hustle a lot. So nikaanza kuuza mtush. My dad used to be in Gikomba for a very long time. Kaanza kuuza mtumba. I decided I want to go to the theater. Because I'm a really, really good writer. So nika decide, I want to write scripts and take them to the theater. That's something my dad had encouraged in me for a long time. Uko sana niko nilipata character development ya kwanza. Umenikia mtu script karibu mwezi mmoja hakuna kitu kingine unafanya alafu unaichukua unaiona ikiperformiwa. Akupatia 2,000.
What?
Akwambia hiyo idea yako but unajua I edited it. Nairobi. Nairobi na ku character develop yenyewe unajua.
Yeah.
So I decided to venture into events. I started doing hip hop Thursdays. I met akina calligraph wa Kianza.
Wow.
Yes, yenyu utaniwa.
Okay.
I met akina calligraph wa Kianza. And that's when I decided I want to do what I love. And what I love the most is radio. I grew up na kina Karo Motuko, Mena Kageni Onea, you know. Sisi Mutungi. I wanted to be them. I loved Karo Motuko to death. I was like, why can't I be that? What's limiting me? And so I applied in 2012, nikaandikia Ghetto Radio email. Akambia, mimi naitwa flani. I don't know if I have a good voice, but I would want to try. I don't know how people try. I didn't know so unaweza fanya demo, I didn't know those things. And then your time is when I gave up custody of my son because sasa sina kazi na struggle. The father is really well off. So akaniambia, Ona, you're struggling. Acha nile mtoto. And most people are like, mimi siwezi pia na mtoto wangu. You see, wanawake si tunaangalianga hiyo from a selfish angle. It's not about you na babake. If this man can raise that child better than you, wacha mle. Uni babake, you know, sa uni babake. He might be a bad man. He might be a terrible husband. But let me tell you, he's a father. And he may be a good father. And one thing my ex-husband is, he's a good father.
Wow.
So that was not a reason for me to need throw tantrum. He said, up to date, Mumwambia, you're the shittiest husband I would know. But then you're a good father. And I will give you those flowers. Every time I celebrate him every Father's Day. You're a really, really good father. Usiweza how hivyo. So nikamwambia sawa, wacha kana mtoto mpaka ni get back on my feet. Hey, it was a mistake because hadi wa leo si vutana juu hiyo. But then I don't regret it because my son has such an amazing life. Okay. He goes to the best schools, ako sawa. Anajua mamaki, anaona mamaki, he's in a good place. Kabisa. And so after Ghetto Radio, they never got back to me.
Okay.
At all. I was like, kaini na uko na mashida zenyu. Acha nifanye events. So then I ventured into events and then I started venturing into mental health events. Kuseni watu walikuwa wanauliza mental health ni nini? Kitambo tulikuwa tunajua kwa mwenda wazimu ndio mental health.
Yeah.
Kukachizi ndio mental health. And I'm very outgoing, you know, you meet people. Theater opened up so many doors for me. I started going to Fatuma's Voice, ilikuwa ya Power 254. Poetry, I used to write really good poems and have someone perform them for me. Milango nafunguka tu pole pole, you're working hard, you go getting, hafu nilikuwa nimerudi kukana auntie yangu because kulipa rent, you don't have a stable job. 2013, tukapata na Mbusi na Lion, argue mahali. And they were arguing about women. And I asked them, wanaume nyutu wa wapi nguvu ya kuzungumza masuala ya wanawake bila sisi? Ikakuwa argument moto. Producer Ghetto Radio alikuwa hapo akasema, can I host you on air? Akaambia we si ulikuwa umekasirika. It was on a Tuesday, akaambia kuja kesho. So I went to Ghetto Radio on that Wednesday and started a late night show. And the guy who used to do the show was called Batman. He used to say he's saving relationships at night. So akaniita Robin. So we started a show, late night show, tuko najita Batman and Robin. We are saving your relationships. When you argue Batman and Robin ni cartoon. And they save the world from everything, you know. It was a good show. So September, did a good show. 2 months. Then out of the blue, kumoja nikiwa da. I'll never forget. I had taken a road trip to Dar es Salaam. And I was called by the office. I get ready. Hi, I wanted to tell you have a meeting on Monday. I was like, Monday, niko Dar es Salaam. They're like, yeah, you have to be here by 9. I was like, so shocked. Yeah, I was like, kwani unataka kunifuta? I mean, amjaniandika kazi, you don't pay. So are you firing me? And you don't, okay, what's going on? So I went. And they were like, we want you to do mid-morning. I refused outright. I was like, I don't want to be seen. I function well in not being seen.
Yeah.
They were like, no, you have to. I was like, Stacky. And I refused. And they were like, then the late night show is being brought to mid-morning. Utafanya peke yako. They were like, no, Annitah, you have to be open to change. And that's the only way you grow. You can't hide at night. You have to grow. So tukapatiwa mid-morning. What do we discuss? And as we discuss late night things. Yeah. I remember the first headline. Ishaiona kwenye blogs kunihusu. Meet the girl who discusses sex during lunchtime. Sita isa how I was so shocked. Nikapigia watu mbona mliandika hivyo. They were like, but you do. I was like, we don't. We discuss different things. I said, yeah, but you come back to that, don't you? And the show grew so heavily. But then shida ikakuja moja. Show imegrow, fame ikaingia, watu wameanza kunijua, unapata club endorsements. That's where the problem came in. So, mekitoka show mnaenda kwa club, ikaingia kwa kichwa. I'm 24. That's 2014, I'm 24.
So kwa celeb.
I am a celebrity. Naitwa, yani unajua ile ikaingia kwa kichwa. Ikaanza kulegea kazini. Nakuja mechelewa. Nakuja na hangover. HR hizi niambia. Mimi ndiye show.
To bring the numbers.
Yani ujana uchawi. Yani ungeniambia.
Plus either way hawambiangwi.
You can imagine now you're adding fame into it. This is a catastrophe. Yani siambiwi alafu sasa siambiliki sasa. So ikakuwa issue. I stopped coming to work like for a week and I had no reason. tukakosana hivi na HR sikukuja kazi wiki ya kwanza. Ya pili nikarudi. Maji akaambia acha kucheza na kazi wewe. You might be good but you're not that good. Never forget that. Kama unaniambia nini? Niliambiwa na sauti poa. Hey. So we had a bit of a fallout and I decided I'm not going to go to work and I didn't explain, I didn't say anything. So the HR called me after a month and said, you won't come back to work? You didn't sort what we agreed on. Akanipatia barua. She was very happy firing me. Maji akaniambia, we're not firing you, to be honest. I'm giving you 6 months. You're talented. Yani you're very talented, but you're all over. You think you're it. And uko juu watu hawakujui. I did that. My phone stopped ringing. Club hazinitafuti.
Zinakuanga hivyo.
Sina marafiki. Sina message nisalimia on air. Nikashinda kai kumbe I was nobody. Actually I went into a different line of work because me and the hustle anyway. Went into a different line of work. Hata nikasahau yani mambo ya radio kabisa. So nitoka radio 2014 October November hapo. In March Feb the next year Maji can call. Akambia Annitah, hi, I need you to help me with something. I know you're creative. I was like, all right. So he told me, create a show for me. I was like, sawa. We created a beautiful show, created the music, did the whole process of programming. For a month, imagine plus. Then one day akambia tufanye demo. Akambia, very funny, miss fanye show na ye. Akambia cha ufala wana tufanye demo. We did the demo on a phone. Katu meka injia gari yake where someone he was dropping, he was like, ebu tufanye demo ya 10 minutes. I made 10 minutes, the long way tufanye demo ya 5 minutes. Did the link nini. Akambia, would you want to do a show with me? Akambia, no, tutabuliana on air. Akambia, that's the point. That's the energy I want us to bring. So I went back on air on 1st July 2015 and I went straight on breakfast. Kaingia kwenye radio and I promised myself the one thing I'll never become, my entire career I made sure of that, is a celebrity. Because I had already done it and I know ilini cost nini. Kwa sababu ukiingia pale, watu wanakupenda. Nicki Minaj alisema watu wanakupenda when it's beneficial. Ukiwa mtangazaji, it's beneficial. Utasalimia rafiki yako, atasikika. Ukiwa mtangazaji utaitwa kwenye club, rafiki zako wanapata vinyweo, wanapata wasichana, wanapata VIP treatment. Uko rafiki yako uko na concert, your friends get VIP. Yani people use you. And hata nikwambie, hata kwenye maisha watu watakutumia. Hiyo nayo ni kawaida. But sasa ukishajijua una get to decide nani anakutumia na anakutumia vipi. That's what I've learned from radio. People will use you. My career grew. Mimi nimepochiwa kama footballer. This station together. Me I've always been poached. Other than you time moja tu nitolwa get to miss jaifutwa kazi. I've never been suspended, jaifutwa nothing. Because me, I love radio from the deepest part of my soul. Like, that's the only thing nazafanya kani melala. Ukiniamsha tu Annitah aongea nitaongea. Yani it's been programmed into me. Na mimi sikusomea. I don't have a paper ati nilienda shule radio. I wanted radio. So nikajifunza radio. Hata mtu akiangalia kwa laptop yangu imejaa ma-app za learning how to edit. Mimi na produce show na edit. Yani I learned, nilisoma. Because that's what I wanted. Hiyo ndio shida yetu sisi. You want something but hutaki kujifunza. Afu sisi we have a mentality of nataka kufanyiwa na nani. Kama unanisikiza, you need to understand one thing, the world owes you nothing.
True.
Mamako ashakuza. Believe you me, anaweza kutupa. Family only gives you a name. Yani familia inakupa jina. Jibebe. Hakuna mtu anakuwa. Serikali, it's none of, the government doesn't owe you anything. It was the country. And believe me, you're not the country. Yani hakuna mtu kwa hii dunia anakuwa. Sister yako akienda ana hela hakuo, pesa ni yake. Jembe yako hapa akona pesa au mtu yote ni yake, yani amejitafutia. Shida yetu ni entitlement. Dadangu anafanfanyie. Annitah is my friend. No, nobody owes you anything. If you understand, the world owes you absolutely nothing. So you wake up and get it. Hata Mungu akuo kitosha kupea maisha, anakuo nini nyingine jamani. You have to work for it. But people want so many things. Kwanza vijana wa hii generation, guy. Unasikia mtu anataka kuwa Annitah kesho asubuhi aje. I worked for 6 months. 6 months bila kulipwa. Alikuwa na Kalimuru na Ndangara kila siku. 6 months. Kwa namaliza show saa 7 saa 8 usiku, nagojea driver akidrop watu wa breakfast anipe lift Makatao, nichukue matatu niende kwa Mavi. 6 months. Na sikuitia mshahara. Not because I was not doing a job, because I know what it takes to learn. Jalango alisema, hiyo ndio shida hii generation. Unamaliza shule ama unaona uko na talanta, umetoa ngoma moja, marafiki zako wenye ni warongo wamekwambia unaweza, unataka kuitisha 500,000 perform boss. But mimi nitacheza Diamond maisha yaendelee.
True.
For someone to, you have to create value, you have to create worth. You have to put in the work. Hii generation ya watu yenye najua wanatusikiza wenye wanapenda online, watu social media. I'm big on social media. they don't want to put in the work. Okay. Wamekataa kuput in the work, wamekataa kuput in the effort, but wanataka results. That's what kuna a lot of cases of wezi, fraud, conmen, sababu pesa mnataka. But the effort that comes with the money. Watu wanataka kuwa calligraph in a day. That man has worked blood and sweat.
Yes.
Unataka kuwa Ruto in a day. Unataka attend to me our president, his excellency, sababu this man tumeona kwenye ametoka. Unasahau it's taken 30 years to be where he is today. Unataka kuwa jembe in a day. Any mtu akijua penye umetoka they're like, "We." Unaweka TBT, people are like, "Kai ulikuwa unakaa hivi." So you see our generation, and that's why me I mentor youth a lot, cuz young girls, cuz me I got married young. I'm a rape survivor. I'm a gender-based violence survivor. Like, me nimepigwa mpaka namkia hospitali. I'm like, we angeniua leo. But I still went back. I went back for 5 years. I have seen, mimi hakuna kitu sijafanya. My son is 14 years old. Akinidanganya mumu angalia straight in the face. Like, you really want to lie to me na kitu kama hiyo. I've seen it all. I have done it all. I have tried everything you want to try. But the one thing I have learned, we have to be patient, because the same way always ruka na mgumbili at the same time. You have to jump one of wezi panda stairs ukiruka utahema. One step, one foot before the others. Hii generation haina hiyo. Wakiamka kesho wanataka kuwa Wambuya, wakiamka kesho ni jembe. Hataki kujua nipitia stairs. Yeye anataka lift. Akipress 4 inamfikisha 4. Akipress 8, it doesn't work like that.
True.
Kwa maisha I work hivyo. And that's why our youth are struggling to adjust. That's why we have high cases of suicide. Sisi kitambo ungepata E- uko na 80 marks, unatafutiwa shule. Juzi I saw online a girl saying she got 300 and what? Oh, I'm feeling depressed and really suicidal. I didn't pass. I was like, you see, atujafundisha watoto wetu ugumu wa maisha.
Yeah, true.
Atujambia watoto wetu no happens. Sometimes unaambiwa no. Atujafundisha our boys there is no. Like if a woman says, do you know what? Akona right ya kukwambia no. Tulikuja tuka-empower girl child. And left a very unempowered boy to live with that empowered culture.
True.
They are weak. So ukiambia kijana no, they snap, they're killing each other. I keep telling people, the solution kwa hizi mental health problems mnaona inarudi kwa ground. See online, see it after to kwa ground, because they are not empowered. And the empowered women of Kenya is empowered the wrong way. To bash the man, that's not empowerment. Tukana wanaume. Wapige, disrespect men. Why? And nobody wants to talk about it. Because ukiongea utakuwa a different one. It's I cry for our generation so much because it's lost and we are raising kids.
Yeah, and I think we really need to have those conversations. But,
yes, we do.
But even then, time is not on our side.
I know.
And these conversations need to be put out there
every day,
time and time again.
Yes,
but thank you so much, Annitah Raey, for sharing part of your story. That's part of your story, I believe. Yeah. We have not even gone into mental health. I
know, right?
And gender. But I know you have a project in Mombasa that you are running. So we will have time to talk about that in depth.
This is episode 1.
Yeah, in episode 1. Tunafaa kuwa na Annitah Raey episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because I'm so sure there's a lot and she talks. So we're going to have very long episodes. Your parting shot in one line.
Jipende. You will not believe it, but everything in this universe comes from a place of love, because in life there is love. Jipende utapenda wengine and you learn kindness. Jipende wewe kwanza. If I ask you, Amboy, what do you love the most? What do you love the most? What do you love the most? Me. Jembe, what do you... Umesema hivyo je nimesema. Jembe, what do you love the most? Honestly, bila kusema, usiseme kama mchezo, what do you love the most?
Apple juice.
Watu wasema watoto wao, people live for their children, people live for their families. Nobody lives for themselves. You're the most important person. Jipende. Be kind to yourself. Ikitoka ndani, ikitoka nje, itakuwa kindness. Yo mapenzi ikitoka ndani, ikitoka nje. Because all the hate you see, it comes from inside.
True.
So love you. If there's love in you, there's love everywhere. That's it. Jipende.
It's like my friend Paps nikama amemwambia sema story. Sunday I was with Paps. Paps said the exact words you've said. Exact, not omitted.
Jipendeni wadau.
Thank you so much, Annitah Raey.
Asante sana. Thank you so much for having me. This was amazing.
Looking forward to have you again. Say hi to QT.
Nitamsalimia.
Na mulete show.
Akikuja Mombasa wala nitamleta.
Tamleta?
Mombasa, that's a promise. Akanyaga hivi Mombasa ndamleta.
Thank you so much.